Question number 12. What is consumer surplus? Before we look at these options, let's first try to understand what consumer surplus is. So let's say you are in the market to buy a new mobile phone, and for you the maximum amount that you're willing to pay for a certain mobile phone is, let's say, 10,000 rupees, which is here mentioned by P2. So this is the maximum price P2, or let's say this is 10,000 that you are willing to pay. But then you go to the market and actually you find out that the same mobile is actually being sold for 7,000 rupees. So you initially wanted to purchase for 10,000, but you got it for 7,000. So the amount that you were better off by, which is 3,000, is your consumer surplus. So if we take the same analogy and if we look at the graph in front of us, so P2 is the total, is the maximum price that the consumers are willing to pay for this good. And P1 is actually the price at which this good is being sold in the market. So that means that the consumers are better off by the amount which is P2 minus P1, which we refer to as the consumer surplus, because this is the surplus, this shaded area here, that the consumers are better off by. And so this is actually referred to as the consumer surplus. Now, if we look at these options, the only option that explains this is option number C, that consumer surplus is the difference between what consumers actually pay for a good and the maximum amount they would be willing to pay for it. This is consumer surplus.